What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, JB Photography on Instagram. I'll leave it on the screen. Today, what I'm going to be showing y'all is the process and the steps that I took to go from this image right here to that image. I'm not gonna go in detail of me actually. It's not gonna be a video of me editing this. This is gonna be a video of me showing you my thought process behind it and the steps I took to get to this final image. So let's get back to where I started. This is the original image straight from camera, uploaded onto Lightroom. Usually what I do is I'll upload to Lightroom, do my adjustments, and then transfer over to Photoshop. So first things first, I got the image straight, took the image straight like this. You could probably tell that all this stuff is in the background, which I'll definitely take care of. But right now in Lightroom, my first focus is to get it around to how I want the vibe and the look of the image to be. So I went through and I did all my adjustments as far as lighting and everything like that. It's a little bit overexposed, but we're gonna take care of that later. So yeah, I went through my exposure, my contrast, highlights, shadows, adjusted everything, the clarity, some of the darker spots, lighter spots, messed with some of the luminosity and saturation as well. And I sharpened it as well. And this is a preset that I use. So what I'll do is I'll go through my presets that I have, and I'll see what vibe I want, and then choose one, and then make my adjustments from there. After I got it somewhere around that I like, the colors that I already like, I would transfer it over to Photoshop. So let's head over to Photoshop. So after all my adjustments to get it just the way I want it to get, I'm over here in Photoshop. So in Photoshop, one of the first things I always stick to when I'm doing my I always start with the eyes, but as you can see, the eyes are a little bit higher up, so I start there and then I go back. So I'm gonna just go step by step in the order that is from top to bottom on Photoshop of what I actually did. So first box right here is gonna be corrections and removals. So that right there is my me taking care of everything in the background. So this cooler, this guy that's in the water, this little piece of, I don't know what that is, but whatever is in the background, and things I need to remove from the image to make it a little bit cleaner, that's what I took care of. So let's see what I did. Bam, it's gone. Not there no more. Gone, gone, gone. Next thing I did was frequency separation. So taking care of her skin, all the blemishes, smoothing it out, getting all the texture in there. That's what I took care of next. And let's see how it looks right after I did that. Bam. Real subtle. You can't really tell too much. The whole idea of it is not to make somebody look fake or plasticky when you're doing frequency separation. So a little minor adjustments. Maybe I'll zoom in so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So you could even see in the face. That was kind of smooth. Her chest, her arms. Alright. You can do it a couple times so you can see. Next thing, right after I'm done with frequency separation, is dodge and burn. Dodge and burn is truly a lifesaver and change the dynamic of your whole image. If you don't dodge and burn on your pictures, you should. Dodge and burning is very, 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 very important. If you do it correctly, your picture will go from good to great. So that's what I did. I went in and I did my dodging and burning. Bam. As you could tell, I tightened up her abs, or I didn't tighten it up, but I enhanced what was already there. The highlight in her legs, her arms, and her face. Let me close it and do it again. Bam. So in this particular image, I doubled up on the dodging and burn. So whatever I did, I just copied it over again. That's why this is second dodge and burn, just to enhance it. And while I was in this folder, I kind of toned down a lot of things. So yes, it doubled it up, and made it more crisp and pop a little bit more, but they're all not at 100% if you go in there. Let's see. Like my highlights is at 76%. So not everything is at 100%. Next focus was the eyes. To me, this is my favorite thing to edit. I like to make the eyes pop, especially if somebody has nice eye colors, or even if somebody doesn't have nice colors. Because if you could look at the image right now, if you're looking at her eyes, you can't really tell the detail. You can't really see anything. It's kind of like blacked out. It's hard to tell if she's squinting or anything like that. So I went ahead and brightened up those eyes and sharpened it. Let's zoom in. We'll zoom in to detail on the eyes. So this is with the folder on. Let's close it again and open it, and close it and open it. You could tell they just pop. So I'll keep stressing that I love to do eyes and make them pop. That way it kind of draws people into the image. Right after eyes, I'll do the mouth and teeth. Same thing. You can see a little bit of her teeth. Do that smile. So I whiten up the teeth, and also I adjusted her lipstick a little bit, making it brighter, adjusting the color a little bit, slightly, very subtle, nothing too crazy. Let's just see. Bam. As you could tell, the teeth are whitened. The makeup a little pops. There's a little bit of highlight on the lip. Let's close it and open it again. Just real subtle, real subtle. And let's back out, and you can see what we've gotten so far. So far we did frequency separation. I did dodge and burn. I took out the extra stuff in the background. Did the eyes, and we did the mouth. Next thing, which a lot of people kind of fail. I feel like I've seen a lot of people fail to pay attention to the hair. That's the next thing I tackled on this particular image. So with the hair folder, I was mainly getting rid of all this frizz and all this extraness right here, and on this side, it's small, but there was some back here as well. Not everything, because I do like how the flow of it. I'm not trying to mess up the flow of the hair or make it look fake or anything like that, but I want to make it look tamed. I want to tame the hair. I might be a stylist, I don't know. I'm just joking, but let's see what I did with the hair there. Bam. See, just took out all that frizz and extra, cleaned it up just slightly. Not changing her hair or not making it look fake or like I chopped it. Just getting rid of all the frizz and all the strays just to make it a little bit clean of a look. I don't remember, it might have been a little bit windy that day, but by looking at this image, you can get rid of all that frizz. You would never tell that it was windy at all. Also with the hair, I dodge and burn in the hair too. It's still a subtle adjustment when I dodge and burn on the hair, so I just all the light spots, just like you would dodge and burn on the body and the face and any part of the portrait. You do the same thing with the hair. It just makes it pop just a little bit more. So very subtle. You could barely tell what's going on, but if you look closely into the dark areas and the light areas of the hair, you'll see where the change is happening. Yep. So then from this point, I went to my skin tones to make sure it's matches her true tone, or gets even, or it's not too red, or not too light, or not too orange or anything like that. So I'll adjust the skin tone slightly, and it's very subtle, so I didn't do it. It's not too crazy, it's not too much. I don't want to change the person, I just want to enhance what's already there and clean it up. From that point, I went back in, and any little spots that I saw that I didn't like on the body that I may have missed, I went back and just went to touch it up. So that's where this layer comes from. You can see, like in the legs, there might be some things that I got rid of. Very subtle. And that is the image. in Photoshop. Ooh, too much. So I'll do and I just grouped it all into one folder so that way it's easy to see where I started off and where I ended up. So I'll close it and then open it back up just to show you what we did in Photoshop. Close it. Oh, hello. Sorry about that. Got a phone call from my mama. But like I was saying, this is the before and after everything in Photoshop. So right when I'm done with this, I don't stop here. I do bring it right back to Lightroom. Um, and a quick trick: if you're in Lightroom and you send it over to edit in Photoshop, and then if you just put Command Save, or I don't know what it is on Windows, um, it'll automatically transfer back to Lightroom. Like everything that you did in Photoshop, once you Command Save or Control Save, once you go, it'll save it right back in Lightroom. So that's a reason why I start off in Lightroom. So right when I'm done with all this, I'll head back over to Lightroom. I'm not gonna save it because this image is already done. I'll go right back to Lightroom, and this is to the before is straight from Photoshop, and the after is after all my adjustments, further adjustments that I do in Lightroom. So when I'm in Lightroom, I sharpen it. I sharpen it and give it a lot of luminosity. And also I noticed how dull it was, so I did bump up a lot of the saturation, and I did bump up the vibrance as well. And right after I did all that, that's how I got to this final image. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody for looking at this video or giving me some of your time. If you like this video, comment, tell me what you think. This is like my first video, so I'm getting the ball rolling with it. Hopefully I'll get some more content for you guys. But yeah, stay tuned.